guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like my skills is way better than like Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm on my game, skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
Floyd Mayweather has given his opinion on a potential matchup between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, suggesting that Davis would not come out on top. He believes Stevenson is the standout fighter in the division, highlighting his outstanding defensive mastery and razor-sharp timing, qualities that, in Mayweather's view, would enable him to control the fight and outbox Davis over the course of the bout.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. He's asking, can he fight?
Shakur Stevenson has also expressed strong confidence if a fight with Gervonta Davis were to happen, making it clear that he feels capable of taking control of the matchup and potentially outperforming him throughout the contest.
You and Tank is a fight that should happen. It absolutely should happen. And I believe it will. I mean, you guys are both in charge of your career. I think it's a good style matchup. Like you said, the networks are out of the way. The promoters are out of the way. He's flexible, you're flexible. I don't see why it wouldn't happen.
It's the best versus the best.
Absolutely right.
Let's make the best fight in boxing happen.
And when you guys meet, how does that fight play out?
Man, I ain't gonna give you no game plan.
You think I'm gonna jump on the phone with Tank right after?
No, I would tell you this. I'm gonna come out victorious.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I stand.
Many boxing analysts are now of the view that a showdown between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson is getting closer to becoming official, as discussions are said to be picking up speed. Some even suggest that if the remaining terms are agreed upon and the schedules line up, the bout could take place in September.
As reports are coming out and debates are taking place about Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis fighting in September.
Shakur Stevenson has described the potential matchup as the biggest event in boxing, stating that it could shape the direction of the sport and attract massive global attention from fans around the world.
Very confident. I know that Tank tired of me talking, so if he tired of me talking, shut me up. So
he won't even say your name. I hear he won't even say your name.
Yeah, he won't even say my name right now. So let him come shut me up. Let's see what he really want to do. I think he's confident in his abilities. I'm very confident in my abilities, so it gotta happen. It's the biggest fight in all the sports. I think that's the Super Bowl right there.
I could not agree more with you. How do you think it would go? Do you put him down? Do you beat him on the cards? How do you think it would wind up?
I ain't gonna say my game plan. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I know he's strategizing already. I'm strategizing, and I'm very focused. Like I'm so focused right now. People don't understand how I feel. So all I'm thinking about is boxing. All that's on my mind is boxing. I'm coming.
In an earlier interview with TMZ, Shakur Stevenson stated that a fight against Gervonta Tank Davis would be a bigger event than a showdown with Devin Haney. He explained that the Davis matchup brings more attention and importance within boxing. Stevenson added that facing Tank would be a true test of greatness, calling it the most meaningful fight in the lightweight division.
Seems like people want to see you and Devin fight and do that soon.
I think both fights is the fights. I think both fights is great fights. Honestly, I think me and Tank is like a bigger fight, but I think me and Dev is like the fight where I could establish who I am as a fighter.
Shakur Stevenson has expressed gratitude for Floyd Mayweather's support, noting that their connection extends beyond the sport itself. He views Mayweather not only as a boxing legend, but also as a close mentor and personal friend. Stevenson has frequently shared how much he respects Mayweather and values the lessons he has picked up from his experience, saying it contributes to his development both as a fighter and as a person outside the ring.
I feel as though I appreciate them guys. I appreciate them. I really don't even look at them like how everybody else look at them. I look at them
friends.
Yeah, like it's like cool people.
What's the sort of last couple from me? What's the sort of best bit of advice he's given? You've obviously got so many people you can call on. You're in a very fortunate position like that. You've got a strong team. What's the sort of best bit of advice he's given you in this game?
A lot of advice he would give me, like boxing related, and he always wanted to show me like little tricks and little things that I could take with me. And that's why I Floyd heavy, because a lot of people be hating on him, but they don't understand he really like a real dude. And you know what's even crazier? A lot of people be seeing him like when he around, he come with like 15, 16 people. I swear he had to be at the gym with like 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 people chilling. It was a normal vibe for him. It was regular. He was comfortable. And I think that side of Floyd, I think that's the side that I like.
We've caught up in London, so we don't need to go into the fight too much. We'll be out there in Saudi Arabia and we'll catch up further then. Appreciate your time.
Oscar Valdez, the WBC super featherweight world champion, has also weighed in on possible high-profile fights. He stated that although he sees Shakur Stevenson as someone capable of defeating Gervonta Davis, he still considers Davis to be the tougher and more dangerous fighter overall.
Shakur, the guy that beats Gervonta, in your opinion?
No, it's a tough one because Tank carries a punch, but if you're gonna knock somebody out, you gotta first hit him. And Shakur is very difficult to hit. He's always a step away. Shakur. Then what can I say? People saw the fight. I gave my best, and try to land those shots is not easy. And even if you land those shots, it's in a defensive way where he's kind of backing up and you can't get him with a clean shot.
A matchup between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Shakur Stevenson has the potential to transform Stevenson into a global superstar almost instantly, significantly boosting his worldwide popularity and following. If Stevenson were to defeat Tank, it would firmly establish him among boxing's top elite fighters. Such a win would also draw huge attention, drive major pay-per-view numbers, and earn him widespread mainstream recognition across the world.
Shakur Stevenson he's just not a big star, but he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there. Is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo Alvarez, really?
Many analysts feel this potential showdown is edging nearer to reality because several of the long-standing promotional and political obstacles that once stalled or influenced major boxing fights are now said to be weakening or no longer as restrictive as they used to be.
Now, so let me bridge into this conversation why I think this fight can happen. Because these guys' backing is gone. I mean, like, look at the people that have been really supporting and truly supporting behind the media push in boxing, behind a lot of the fights and a lot of the stuff over the last 10 years. It's Daniel Kinahan, the international crime boss, and his front man, my personal opinion, his front man, Turki Al-Sheikh, who put an aura of legitimacy around the actions of Daniel Kinahan, right? So now you see, but what happened to these guys? They're gone. They're gone. Daniel Kinahan got arrested after Mohammed bin Salman now says that he's going to be pulling his money from sports, like coincidentally, right? Coincidentally, the big money launderer, the big arms dealer, the big, DRUG dealer gets arrested right around the same time that these guys say, I don't think we can put this money through sports anymore.
Terrence Crawford has publicly praised Shakur Stevenson, pointing out his outstanding technical ability, slick fighting style, strong defensive skills, and very high boxing intelligence. Crawford even implied that Stevenson is so advanced technically that several fighters are reluctant to face him in the ring. He referred to Stevenson as unusual in his approach, with a style that is difficult to compare to anyone else, stressing how hard he is to read and solve in a fight. According to Crawford, Stevenson's elite defense, footwork, and accuracy make him a dangerous opponent while offering limited upside for others. his control of distance, and ability to shut down opponents' offense often makes fighters think twice before accepting the matchup. This has led to the belief that some boxers avoid him not simply due to fear, but because stylistically he represents one of the most difficult challenges in modern boxing.
The reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming through.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on.
Greg Hackett has sparked discussion by addressing why Gervonta Davis has not yet shared the ring with Shakur Stevenson, challenging the straightforward claim that it is simply due to avoidance. He argued that the reality is more layered, pointing to boxing politics, scheduling issues, and business strategy as major factors rather than fear alone. Hackett noted that Davis has been prioritizing high-paying opportunities, including crossover-style events such as the planned fight with Jake Paul, which are seen more as major commercial attractions than purely competitive bouts. He also explained that differences in promoters, broadcast networks, and long-term career planning can delay even the most highly anticipated fights. According to him, both Davis and Stevenson are currently following separate financial and professional routes, which has naturally slowed down negotiations between them. While some fans continue to criticize Davis and suggest he is avoiding risky fights, Hackett emphasized that today's boxing landscape is heavily influenced by business decisions just as much as in-ring competition.
Would you say number two, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean, that's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the two style matchups, you know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny, you know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, it's all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally, you know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that.
For a long time, boxing fans have been demanding a showdown between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Shakur Stevenson, widely describing it as one of the most highly anticipated fights the sport could deliver. It is viewed as a classic matchup between a devastating knockout puncher and a highly skilled technician known for elite defense and sharp boxing intelligence. Shakur Stevenson has repeatedly expressed his desire for the fight as well, openly calling for it on several occasions. In interviews, he has even said he would be willing to pause or delay other potential opponents if Davis agreed to face him next, making it clear how strongly he wants the matchup to happen.
What about the rumors of Tank and Jake fight?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it. I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
When Gervonta Davis initially announced a matchup with Jake Paul, which was later called off, many fans in the boxing world reacted with disappointment and criticism. A large section of supporters argued that he was opting for a commercially driven, lower-risk event rather than stepping into a top-level clash with someone like Shakur Stevenson did on social media. Many users suggested the decision gave the impression of steering away from a dangerous, high-stakes fight that fans had been requesting for a long time. They also pointed out that the Paul bout was generally seen as more of a crossover exhibition than a fully competitive professional contest, while still offering a massive financial reward with relatively limited sporting risk. Because of this, accusations began circulating that Davis was focusing more on earnings than legacy-building fights. Some critics further referenced his lack of direct public calls or firm negotiations for a Stevenson matchup, using it to support the idea that the fight has consistently been avoided.
Dr. Shakur, obviously you are a student of boxing. You love this sport. I mean, when you hear this today on social media or wherever you happen to get the news, were you like, what? Like, can that actually be, man?
Nah, I'm not shocked. I mean, his last fight when he fought Lamont, Jake Paul was at the fight. He told y'all he was going to fight somebody like Jake Paul. So I'm not shocked. It don't surprise me. So.
You know, Shakur, Jake, when he fought Mike Tyson, he was 227 pounds. He was 199 and like 199 point something his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He hasn't been only boxing for a couple of years. He's 12-1. Tank Davis obviously been boxing his whole life. He's 30-0-1. He's knocked everybody out except for 3 opponents in his life. But at what point does size matter so much, though, where it can't be overcome, Shakur? And is it in this case here when you've got what is like a 70-pound difference between these two guys?
I mean, size will play some part of the fight, but if I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just gonna go out there and try to outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. So I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
Is there any way any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
No way.
Nope.
At that time, Gervonta Davis made it clear that he was not bothered by the increasing criticism over his decision to take on Jake Paul. During a recent press event leading up to the fight, he brushed off the negative reactions from fans, explaining that he doesn't follow changing opinions on social media or within boxing circles. Davis stressed that fan reactions often shift depending on fight results, and that he chooses not to let outside noise affect the direction of his career. He also told critics to relax, enjoy the sport, and stop focusing so heavily on his choices, even though the bout was ultimately canceled. His remarks sparked further discussion. Some fans praised his confidence and mindset, while others took it as another sign that he avoids more difficult challenges. Regardless of the backlash, Davis maintained his position, prioritizing business-driven decisions and major financial opportunities over public approval or pressure from boxing traditionalists.
A lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the Rhodes rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? Can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care what they think? When y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? He won, right? But how you look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on it. Like it turned from love to hate.
As discussions carry on and fans continue to debate, a potential fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis remains one of the most heavily discussed, yet still unrealized matchups in boxing. Stevenson has consistently argued that his defensive skills, fight intelligence, and accuracy would be key advantages in what he sees as a highly tactical contest. He has also gone as far as calling it the biggest fight in the sport, saying it could generate record-breaking pay-per-view numbers and attract massive worldwide attention. Even with ongoing call-outs and strong public interest, both fighters appear to be pursuing different directions in their careers at the moment, with Stevenson working on building his legacy across multiple divisions, while Davis focuses on his own schedule and business priorities. Because of this separation in paths, the anticipation continues to grow, but the fight itself still feels uncertain and likely remains some time away from actually happening.
Gun to your head, when are we gonna see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
The one?
That, like, if we were like gonna be for real about it, like,
keep it on. What's the fight?
My opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around.
Can do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's
Then
like...
you gonna get it on.
What's your take on it? Should Gervonta, Tank Davis finally move forward with a fight against Shakur Stevenson? Share your opinion in the comments below.